Hey everybody, this is Tambio and I'm back with another third-party Transformers video review. And this time I have a video on how to combine the ToyWorld Throttlebot team. So the easiest way to do this is in the configuration that I have these. So all the other cars in their vehicle mode and Sideload in his robot form, because he's a pain in the butt to get into robot mode. And I probably will not transform him back into vehicle mode until I'm ready to sell him. Let's go ahead and get started. It shouldn't be too hard. The hardest parts are these two, and then the limbs are fairly easy. So I guess we'll start off with the legs first. So let me go ahead and move all these guys out of the way, and we'll start with those. Alright, so now we have these two, Aurora and Grindrod. So we'll go ahead and start with Grindrod first. And so for his combined mode, we're going to need two things. We're going to need the foot, and we're going to need the, I guess, the top of the knee connector. So basically, all you have to do is you need to remove his weapon, and then you take this bumper part right here and flip this up like that, and then that's pretty much it for that. And then to connect him to this, unfortunately, these guys are not Scramble City friendly. The legs are specifically, the pieces are specifically made for each figure. Now with the arms you can actually put on either side, depending on what kind of configuration you want, whether you want Shinebug in the front or if you want him in the back. So you take this piece right here, and you see that there's a little hole right here. Push in there, and then you take these. There's some tabs right here, and then there's holes in the sides. So you take those, tab those in, tab that in, and then you take these, and there's holes right here, and they tab into this, and that locks it all together. Alright, so that's one leg. Alright, so now for leg number two. This one's a little bit harder because it's everything is kind of, let's remove his weapon first. And you don't have to remove this, so you don't need that removed. That's okay where it is. Figured out the best way to do this is actually split the legs apart, and then you can kind of twist this out. Cause see, if you look in here, you'll see that there's a lip right here. He's really white, but there's a lip in there, and you have to get it around that lip, like that, and like that. And then once you do that, then you can kind of combine it back together. Make sure we got this all right. Okay. And then you want to take and then basically push that up like that. Okay, so then we're going to need his foot part and the knee part also. So take this, you want to bend this down. It's very loud ratchets, and then you'll see that that slides in to there, and then you just want to push that back up, and then you take this part right here, lift these up, that will then clip into here. Then see the two holes on the side, so that goes down there, and that tabs into there, and then once again this tabs over this portion, and then you got a second leg. Alright, now arms are a little bit more complicated. So start out with this guy right here. And this is freeway or highway. And so highway, basically what you have to do is you have to take and convert his legs. That's basically all you're going to do, and then tab them together. So the easiest way to do this is to take and I'm just going to push on where this tail light is. You should be able to push this. Oh, sorry. I popped that all off. So when you flip that up, I'm going to have to put that back on in just a little bit. So you flip these down. Okay, let me put this back on. It's just a ball joint, and it pops off quite a bit for me. You want to slide this underneath here. And then once you go down on this part also, and then you take this and you push this down, and when you push this down, then eventually it will go far enough down so that you can then go like this and push it up onto the top. Alright, and then you're going to take these and rotate these out, and then if you want to make the elbow joints, basically you're going to need to complete the leg transformation. So you have to twist this right here and then twist that. It's very loud. That one's not as bad. And you're going to take and flip the toe up, flip this toe up, then take and rotate this like this. I don't know if that's going to work actually. I think you're going to have to go like this on it. I don't know. Let me see for a second. Okay. I think that's probably the best like that. Alright. So it's actually taking it and flipping it up here like this. Alright. And then what you want to get is you want to grab his arm, his hand. So for this guy it's going to be this hand. And you want to twist this like this, and then you're going to tab one side in like that, and then tab the other side in, and then tab all the leg pieces together. And that'll hold the arm in, or the hand in. Doesn't feel right, but oh well. Okay. Alright, so that is done for right now. This is going to connect to the shoulder head connection part of it, so we'll go ahead and put this off to the side because this is done for right now. Alright, and then we need Tracer Chase, and then you want to remove his weapon also. And for this guy again, you're going to need to transform the legs, and best way to do that is actually you got to take and push this up so that this kind of will come unconnected. This one's a little bit rougher because it does not have the ball joint in it, so you want to be very careful with this that you don't pop this one off. So you go like this. That. Okay, like that. And kind of pull it apart and then go down like you were doing before with this, because you need to take and then fold this down and then get this up on top, and you want to fold that under also. Get it like that. And then you want to transform the legs out. Okay, and once you have that transformed out, flip these forward. And then have to remember how to do this. So just bear with me for a moment. I have to remember. Oh yeah, just like this. So just flip those down like that, and then once that's all together, we gotta twist it this way, and then we want this arm. Okay, very good. Alright, so now we have arm number 2, and once again that's going to connect right there. And see, since those connectors, those holes are exactly the same, you can switch the arms. So. Alright, so now it's time for some of the little harder parts. So we're going to go ahead and go for, we'll go for Shinebug first. His is a little kind of like the arms, where you want to transform out the legs, and then you have to do some weird things to them. So first of all, what we have to do is we have to untab the actual front door, and the hardest part of that is actually that in and of itself. You have to get all this stuff wiggled out and then undone, and the first time you do that, it's very scary and very, very tight. See, like on this one right here, it's not wanting to. There we go. Okay. Alright, so I'll just flip those in. And then now what you want to do is take this, flip this around, take and untab this, and you just want to kind of flip it back like this and leave it out of the way a little bit. Alright, so now we're going to start transforming basically the legs. So you want to extend this, flip this up, flip this one up, then you want to take and flip this like this, and then rotate this down and then into here. So we'll do this again on this side. Flip it down, rotate that down, or slide that down, and then go like this. Alright, so now we have this. We're going to rotate this around. Alright, so now we're going to go like this, undo the shins, and then we're going to bend this into here, kind of like this, and then do that on this side also, like this. And like I said before, this can either be the backpack or this can actually be his actual chest piece, totally depending on what you want. And then you're going to connect that back together. You're going to put this back down here, and then this is basically it for that. So you have this, and we're going to set this off to the side because we need this just a little bit. Alright, so now it's time for the pain in the butt. So the first place we want to start at is we want to start at the backpack. So you're going to fold this down, and basically you're going to make this so that you don't need these. So basically you're going to want to start folding these up. So you want to fold this down, all while being very careful and very mindful of what you're doing, because this stuff breaks easily. So please don't harp on me if you can't figure this guy out and you freaking break your own damn figure. I usually don't use language like this, but when people intentionally come and try to shut down a video or shut down one of my things because they say that I don't know what I'm doing and that I shouldn't be making videos, I kind of take it a little bit personal. So if you're buying a third-party video and you're buying a third-party figure and you're not being careful with it and you break it, that's your own stupidity. You need to blame your own self. So please don't come crying to me if you mess up and you do something wrong and you break your own figure. So you have been forewarned already. So we'll take, sorry, that's not actually supposed to be connected together. It's actually supposed to be apart. So you're going to take this, and these are going to go on the outside, and then these panels are going to go on the inside. So alright, so that is where we need that right now. And I'm just going to take this and put it back up here again. So there's nothing to connect it together, but once we have everything kind of together, it'll hold up once we have the extra piece in there and stuff. I'm going to go ahead and leave this like this because it's a little bit easier to see what's going on back here if you leave this down. Alright, so we're going to come up here to the front, and we want to take this and actually fold this down for right now. And then we're going to come over here, and you want to take and, gosh, I'm trying to remember. You want to flip this forward like this, flip back in this. Okay. Oh, it stays down. Okay. Flip this up. Okay, that flips around like that. And this goes come on. Let's do this right. Let me get. Okay, so that's right here. Okay, so that flips down like that. Alright. Alright, so all that goes like that. Okay, I'll show you a little bit better on this side. So we're going to flip this up. And let me go ahead and rotate this up so that there's a little bit better view of what's going on. I know you can't see it, it's up at the top of the thing, but I'm putting the fist in, and I'm going to take this and rotate it off to the side right here. And then that panel is actually going to go in the back. So with that panel in the back, you then take and kind of go like that. You see how there's the two elbows, you bend one this way and then one like this. So there's three joints. There's one right here, and then one right here. Like that. And then once you have that like that, then there's a portion right here on the arm, so you can actually fold that, and it goes over the joint. I'm trying to remember exactly how I did this the first time. I think this goes back here. God, I don't remember. Like that, maybe. Let me check some things real quick on the instructions. The pictures that I have don't really show it all that well. I think there is a way that you can do it where you have one like this and then one so that it goes in between here, and I think that's how you're supposed to do it. So we'll try this right now, see if this works. I've done this once and I did it reluctantly, so I'm having to do it again this time and see if we can actually get it correct. Alright, so now for basically we're going to go with legs. Like I said, this goes up and this is supposed to go just right here. So we're going to take and So we're going to take and we're going to rotate around this. Alright, and then we're going to take and we're going to collapse the legs back down like we would in truck mode. So basically fold it like that. And this is truck mode, so you're going to go out like this, and you'll then twist these like this. So out like this, and then make sure that this isn't connected to that. Go like that, and then you can and redo that. Okay. Okay. Alright, so that's all like that. Now you can take this, you can put this back here, like that. And then this stays here. And then this does not go there. Where does this go? I'm trying to remember where. Okay. Like that. See, there's some notches right there, and then there's some tabs right there, and it goes like that. Alright, so we have this. Alright, so we'll leave it like that. And then we got to get this piece right here, which is the head and shoulders piece. Alright, so there's a couple of things that kind of notch in here and then cover other things. So you come to the back here, and you see that there's some holes and some tabs on here. You see those? Well, we got to take and tab this in on those. Alright, so when you push in, just be very careful. I'm going to go ahead and push this down so that I can use this and use a little bit of force. Just be careful. Now, it looks like I'm using a lot of force, which I am. Just be mindful of what you're doing. So you push that like that, and then you get all this kind of in here, and then you take and you go like that, and then it kind of clamps all this stuff in here. It doesn't clamp it very well, but there we go. Alright, so that is all in there now. And you can actually take this part and push it in here. And then it fills in this gap. Alright, and then depending on what side you want to be, what side you want Bumblebee on, depends on how you're gonna twist this. So if you want this to be the front, then you just leave it like this, because Bumblebee's gonna go on the back. If you want it to be the back, then you're going to need to flip it around like this, and then you're going to need to flip the head around also, like that. But I'm going to go ahead and make it regular, so we'll take and flip this like this. Alright. And then we have this part right here, and this actually, you see this square right here and here? There's this right here, and that's where that clamps onto. Okay. Right, so with all that like that, now it's time to put on the legs. So basically all you do is you take this and into the bottom of the foot. That's a ball joint, and that's normal for these panels. So now we're going to take this one, and we'll go ahead and slide this one into here. And they don't lock. When you get them in there, they just slide like that, and they just stay, but they don't really lock into place. Right, so now we have that. Let's go ahead and push him back, because I'm going to need to go a little bit higher up here with the arms. So now we have that, and you know what, we'll go ahead and put the Shinebug on. I don't know, it feels like it's probably didn't transform him right, but oh well. That part that I probably was unsure about probably needed to be a little bit different, but it's okay. It'll fit like this. It'll go. It just looks like it's tilting back a little bit for some odd reason. But if you look at this, you're going to see that there's a tab, a hole, a tab, hole, and then these two holes right here, and that all coincides with this, and then these two. So it's a little rough to get it in here. I think if you put this in first and then you start tabbing everything else in, it kind of falls in place a little bit better. Okay, that's in like that. And that's in. Alright. And you can actually take that and put that right there to hide that hole if you want to. And then it makes it look a little bit more like this is actually a head that comes from Bumblebee, or that comes from Shinebug. So, because it is the same color as him. And if you do that, then you see at least a little bit of that in there. So, for the arms now, basically the arms are real simple. So you see you have these the two holes and then the two tabs on here. You just take and slide those on there like that. And then push that on. And there you have what I dubbed Throttlebot. So that's all of him all together. So he does come with a large gun, and he can actually hold that in this mode. I was supposed to get a gold bug because I did order it from Chumungmung, and I was supposed to get a gold gun with highway, and I did not get it, and unfortunately I never said anything back to him. So I feel like at this point, if I was to say something to him, it would be kind of too late to expect anything. So I guess you take that and you see that there's like a little notch in here right there. See right there? So you're going to take that and put that like that, and then just wrap the thumb around and wrap his other fingers around it. And then you can just kind of just take your finger and wrap the fingers around your finger, and it helps to make it look more of a realistic fist. Alright, so there he is. You know, he's not a half bad looking combiner. When all put together, he is a mishmash of a lot of different colors, but you know, it kind of doesn't really bother me. The only thing I really don't like about this guy is basically this. It's the whole Sideload guy. He makes it, especially with those panels that flip around, he makes it so hard that you don't want to transform him. You just want to leave him like he is and not do anything. That's the main reason I haven't really done these videos, or that I waited so long to do these, is because of him. And you know, I should have done them earlier, but he kind of made me not want to do them just because he's such a pain in the butt. I don't want to transform these guys back and forth. So for articulation on this guy, when you look up here, his head is not on a ball joint, but it has two joints. So there's a joint that goes through here so you can lift it up and down, and then one to actually turn the head. He does have light piping, but I'm really far behind the lights, so it doesn't really show up that well. The arm, he has a couple of things right here. So he has this, and then there's one up here that allows you to pull the arm up, and that's a really strong ratchet. So I don't really like messing with it. Then, you know, your elbows in with his knees, and then you have a twist right here at the arm, or at the hand. I should say the thumb has a ball joint right here, and an actual pin joint right here, and then a pin joint at the knuckle, and then all these knuckles are each individually pin jointed so that you can individually move them at all the segments. Then you come down here to his waist. You can swivel the waist. There's some ball joints in this so that you can move his leg forward and back, and it wouldn't be hindered. And then the inside here, so you can actually swing it out. The knee joint is actually in with the combiner port. So you go like this, and it's a really strong ratchet in there, and you can get it pretty far up in there. And then you have you come down here to the foot, and there is a tilt on it, so you can tilt the foot. So you can tilt it, and there is a ratchet in there. It's just really far down here. That's that far. And then you can basically you can move the front of the foot up and down. You can move the heel up and down. They're just really no. You can only move it up. You can actually move. Yeah, you can move it down. Okay, my mistake. So you can move these up and down. They're just really loud, very, very, very loud. So, yeah, that'll pretty much do it for, I guess, what I call a Throttlebot again. And that'll pretty much do it for ToyWorld's Throttlebot Combiner. Please like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter. This has been Tambiota, and I'll see you guys next time.